Listening to Jesus when he warns of Satanism is of utmost importance in a world where spiritual deception and darkness are prevalent. Throughout the New Testament, Jesus cautions his followers about the existence and influence of Satan, emphasizing the need for discernment and vigilance. In Matthew 13:24-30, Jesus tells the parable of the wheat and the tares, where he warns of the enemy who sows weeds among the wheat, representing the infiltration of evil in the world. This parable highlights the subtle and deceptive nature of satanic forces, which can masquerade as good or even as a form of Christianity. Jesus' warnings about Satanism are not limited to this parable. In John 10:10, he states that the thief, referring to Satan, comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. This verse underscores the malevolent intentions of Satan. He seeks to undermine God's plan and lead humanity away from salvation. Furthermore, Jesus teaches that Satan is a liar and the father of lies, emphasizing the deceptive nature of his tactics. John 8:44. These warnings serve as a reminder that Satan's primary goal is to lead people away from the truth and into darkness, making it essential to be aware of his schemes and to listen to Jesus' teachings. The importance of listening to Jesus when he warns of Satanism cannot be overstated. In a world where Satan is constantly seeking to infiltrate and deceive, it is crucial to be grounded in the teachings of Christ. By listening to Jesus, believers can develop a deeper understanding of Satan's tactics and be better equipped to resist his influences. This involves being vigilant and discerning, recognizing the subtle ways in which Satan can masquerade as an angel of light. 2 Corinthians 11:14. It also requires a strong foundation in the Word of God, which serves as a shield against the lies and deceptions of Satan. Moreover, listening to Jesus when he warns of Satanism helps believers to avoid the pitfalls of false teaching and spiritual deception. In 1 Timothy 4:1, the Apostle Paul warns of the dangers of departing from the faith and following deceitful spirits and doctrines of demons. This warning highlights the risk of being led astray by false teachers who may appear to be Christian, but are actually agents of Satan. By listening to Jesus and being grounded in his teachings, believers can avoid these dangers and remain faithful to the gospel. In addition to avoiding false teaching, listening to Jesus when he warns of Satanism also enables believers to live a life of freedom and victory. In Romans 16:20, the Apostle Paul writes that the God of peace will soon crush Satan under the feet of believers. This verse emphasizes the ultimate victory of God over Satan and the role that believers play in this triumph. By listening to Jesus and resisting the influences of Satan, believers can live a life of freedom from the bondage of sin and Satan's dominion. In conclusion, listening to Jesus when he warns of Satanism is essential for believers who desire to live a life of freedom, victory, and discernment. By heeding Jesus' warnings, believers can develop a deeper understanding of Satan's tactics and be better equipped to resist his influences. This involves being grounded in the Word of God, recognizing the subtle ways in which Satan can masquerade as an angel of light, and avoiding the pitfalls of false teaching and spiritual deception. As believers listen to Jesus and follow his teachings, they can live a life of freedom from the bondage of sin and Satan's dominion and ultimately participate in the triumph of God over Satan.